am looking for
meaning to pay it all day, and I was supposed to go to AT&T location and change your account, so oh, hold on one second. No, I don't have to unload my truck. I have to send this text. Hold on one moment. It's gonna pause. Hold on. All right. So what's up, y'all? No, I do not have to unload my truck
ever. If I do have to unload it, I hire lumpers, and they do that for me. So no, unload. I'm sorry. What I was trying to do is, somebody texted me, a very important person. So now I gotta try to get everything situated. So hold on one second. I'm looking for my phone case. I can't find it. Found it. All right. So today was a long day, crazy day. Same day, but it's over. My trailer that I was picking up to get the loaded trailer that I was picking up, the landing gear was broken. So I had to wait for somebody to come bring this light. I had to wait for somebody to come try to fix it, and they ended up not being able to fix it. So I'm in a bad mood. I am not having it right now with this damn thing. So tonight is I don't give a fuck about nothing type shit tonight, and I'll be cussing and all kind of shit. I don't care. I couldn't do live on Instagram. I don't know how to do that. I guess I have to record a video and then upload the video. That sucks. That's boring. Blah. So I will talk to somebody that does it and see how they do it. What are you asking? Why? Why for what? In Memphis, Tennessee, tomorrow. So let me get my thoughts together. So yes, I went to the shipper to pick up a load, and the landing gear, like the bar that connects to the handle where you roll the landing gear up and down, it was broke, and they called somebody from Huntington Beach to come, and that person got there like 3 hours later, and I'm in a bad mood because I have a migraine, and I took medicine for it, but it's not working. And I was trying to get on live, and I forgot to pay my phone bill, and it was acting up, and I was pissed off because then they had to transfer me to somebody just to make a phone payment. And I don't like AT&T. It's pissing me off. Like, I'm really going to cancel my service as soon as I can get to a store and buy another card. And I'm irritable because I have a headache. And that's that. I don't like this lighting. But so yes, now I'm in Fontana, California at the terminal, and I'll be leaving out in the morning around 9 a.m. and we're going to Tracy, California, which is like northern, I think. And then I probably would end up in the Tahari. What is it called? I can't remember. The terminal out there that I always go to. And then I think I'm happy though because um, my layover pay is or detention is $75 an hour. So a tutorial on the Zonar. What exactly? What do you want to know? Do you want to know Zonar? But that's not gonna work. That light. Ugh. There was some really good lighting just a minute ago. So you guys, guess what? There's somebody I got my eye on. Okay. I suppose I can do that right now. Yeah, I'm still laying here. uh, Something is biting my leg up. I'll tell you who it is. It's just somebody. That's all you need to know. Alright, so we're going to do the Zonar tutorial real quick. This is Zonar. I'm looking for my pen. So this is your hours of service. So I logged out. I've been off duty for 31 minutes. You click that and get your logs. So you have a 14-hour work day, 11-hour driving day, 70-hour week. I'm so bad with tutorials, y'all. I don't know how to teach you this, but I've been off duty all day because I was waiting for my truck to get fixed. I went on duty. No, this was... Oh, what's going on? Hold on. This was, I think, when I was asleep earlier. Okay, let's certify the logs. I'll show you how that. Alright, so after midnight, every day you gotta certify your logs. And I think this was when I was asleep. And then this was when I was waiting for them to fix my stuff. And this was when I was driving to the shipper. I was on duty to do my pre-trip right here. Drove to the shipper, went on duty when I rolled at the shipper. Went off duty because I realized the landing gear was broke. Drove to here at Fontana. Now I'm in my sleeper berth. At first I was on duty, off duty, then I went to my sleeper berth. Right here, you can edit the logs. So you only can edit your off-duty time. You can't edit the drive time. If everything looks right and everything looks good, you agree and you submit. So now we're on a new day. I'll answer that in a minute, man. Now let me finish this because you know how my mind works. So on your 8th day, I don't remember how to answer that, but I can't answer that for you. So let's start from scratch. I arrive at a shipper. I'm ready to pick up my load. You click arrive at shipper, and that's all you do. You click send. And then once I get to my consignee and I'm ready to, my consignee is my loaded
No, after you arrive at shipper and they load you or you pick up your trailer, you do a loaded call and you enter all this information. You don't have to enter that. You just have to put your bill of lading, your weight, and the pieces. Your pallets, you always put 0 and 0. You put your seal number. If you drop the trailer, you put the trailer number that you dropped. It's not gonna let me go back. So let me go to the one of the messages where I did it. So I wrote at shipper, and that was my mileage. Then I got loaded. So I put in the bill of lading, the weight, the pieces, the pallets, 0 always. The seal number. I dropped that trailer. I picked up that trailer. That, you don't have to worry about that unless you had a lumper. Remember, I was telling you I don't unload my trailer, but if I had to pay for a lumper to unload the trailer, then that's where you would put that there. You don't never really have to worry about hazardous cargo because I don't have a hazmat. After that, you always click yes for all of these, and you're done. You're loaded, right? So now you arrive at your consignee. That's where you're going to deliver your load. So you click arrive at consignee, and it just does your miles. And you click yes for bill of lading was intact. And then after they unload you or you drop your trailer, you click empty call, and you put the bill of lading, the weight, all the stuff that you just did earlier. The only difference is you put your hub reading, and they'll usually sign the bill of lading. They have to sign it and print their name. You need to read their name. You put it there. And if you still have your trailer, you keep the trailer number there. And then again, if you have a lumper that you have to unload it, you put that there. And then you have this information. So you'll get a trip sheet that looks like this. So they ask for the barcode number. This barcode number is this number right here. And then your trip number is the number they give you when you get your trip. I should have showed you that first. And the bill of lading was signed. Any overages or anything, so if they rejected a load or something was damaged in the load, you put that, and you have to get a PO number and all that stuff. That doesn't happen often. Then you put your fuel, how much fuel you have. So for example, if I was to put my fuel right now, I'm at, so we have, it all goes by eighths, right? So you have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So I would have put that my fuel is at 4/8. My DEF, it'll be 2, 4, 6, 8. And I'll put my DEF at 6/8. So on this one, I had 5/8 and 6/8 for DEF. And you send that in, and you did your empty call. When you get a load, they'll send it to you here. And this is how you know what your load is. So your load, it tells you your load number, which is your trip number, who it is, the shipper, their address, their phone number, your pickup date and time, the PO number. I don't know why they use PO number, I've never used it, but I still write it down. Your weight, pieces, if they have it there, trailer number that you should already have. Then you have your consignee and their address, and your deliver date, and the miles, and then some additional information that you might need to know. I write all of this down. So for this load, I wrote it down already. Right here. Scale load. I wrote all the information down. So then you already have this information. So you get your load, you write it down on your pad, you arrive at the shipper, you get your loaded call. All the information you need for your loaded call is going to be right here, and it's going to be on your bill of lading. After you get the loaded call, your load info, They usually will send you directions on how to get to the shipper, and they'll send you directions on how to get to the consignee, which is helpful if your GPS is not working and you don't need a GPS. Then they'll give you a route solution, so that means the route they think you should take, which I suggest you take if you're new, because if something happens, you break down and you don't know the highways yet, if you took this route, you can tell them where you're at based on that route. And then they also give you a fuel solution of where the fuel stops. So, for example, I gotta go to Pilot and fill I-805. I gotta go to Pilot and fill my truck up. I'm doing the regen on the truck, so I gotta go to Pilot and fill it up. But they tell you where, what place you're gonna fill at, off of what highway, and off of what exit. So usually what I would do is, when I have my directions, when I first started, not directions, but route solution, when I first started, I wrote this route, I wrote this on my windshield up here with a dry erase marker. So for example, they want me to fuel my tank off of I-805 in Otay Mesa, exit 1. I probably missed it, or maybe not. It's probably going to be at the end of my trip. And see, it tells you fuel, or fuel. It's supposed to say like I-801 or something like that. But this one is not coordinating with the route solution, but it tells you where you should fuel. And if you follow this, you shouldn't worry about, excuse me, Bear. You shouldn't worry about running out of fuel. I don't normally let my truck get past half a tank, so what I'm going to do in the morning is I'm going to go to, I think Pilot is what's nearby, and I'm just going to fill up. What I use for my GPS is this Rand McNally. So the night before, when I get my load, I usually put in the GPS, the address for the load, so I can find out how long it's going to take me. It's going to take me 6 hours to get there. I add 2 hours to that. On a regular GPS, like on your phone, it's probably going to say 5 hours. But this is a trucker's GPS. And it automatically adds extra time because you're in a big old truck. I add 2 extra hours to that because I might have to use the bathroom. Bear might have to use the bathroom. There might be traffic. There might be construction. Anything. Just, it's your cushion, right? So 6 hours, 7, 8 hours. So 8 hours from now, I have to wake up or I have to leave. 8 hours from the time I'm tripping. I take my 10-hour break, and 8 hours from the time that I take my 10-hour break is when I'll arrive. If you click this, you can get your arrival time. So I should arrive there, if I left right now, at 6:24 a.m. I just add 10 hours to that, and that's what time I should arrive, or 12 hours to that, and that's what time I should arrive. But I keep it on remaining time because I like to see. Now, this is something you could do with trip planning, and yes, Leandria, is all, and this is in every night's truck. With trip planning, right? So, say for example, I had like, I want to know if there's a truck stop in this area to shut down, right? After I drop my load, I'll go to search, guided search, multi-trip, current trip, and then I add the location. I look for a point of interest along my route, and it's a travel center. So I might have to use the bathroom. I do this sometimes while I'm driving. Don't do that while you're driving. But if I want to see if there's a truck stop near my route, the closest one is this. I would probably do Love's because I like Love's. And it has the first stop, my consignee, and second stop, Loves, but I need this to be my first stop, so I go to reorder trip, and I just reverse it, and then I start the trip.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
5 hours and 9 minutes. So this is letting me know that this Loves is an hour away from my route, from my consignee. And that's why it's important to trip plan, because if I have 8 hours, you have 8 hours of drive time before you have to take your break, right? So then you would normally drive to the shipper, the 6 hours that it's going to take me, and then I'll take my 30-minute break at the shipper. Then I have 2 extra hours, which will give me an hour to get to the truck stop and park. It gives me another hour if there's no parking at that truck stop. Then I would have to find a rest area or something, right? So say for example there's no parking at the truck stop. I'll erase that truck stop from there.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
And so now I'm back at my original route. I need to look for a rest area because there's no parking at the truck stop. Again, I go here, here, add location, point of interest, along my route, parking area. And let's see if there's any parking near. There's one here. And let's see how close it is.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
5 hours and 45 minutes. So 15 minutes from my consignee is a rest area. So if there's no parking at the truck stop, I go to the rest area. And I have to drive in. And that's how you do that. I'm going to erase. Oh, and another thing too, this gives you your view of everywhere, like of your route, right? And tells you the route you'll take to get to your shipper, the whole entire route. But then this tells you all the highways that you'll take on your route, and this is the trip summary. And I keep that here during the night while I'm asleep, but I turn this off because sometimes it still makes noise. And then whenever you are driving, you click drive. Whenever you arrive at a shipper, if you're fueling, to do anything with the truck that has to do with work, you're on duty. If you're not driving, you're off duty if you're not in your sleeper berth. So anytime you're not in this truck sleep, you're off duty. But if you're in this truck sleep, you gotta go sleeper berth, and you have to have 8 hours in a sleeper berth, at least 8 hours. So I'm in my sleeper berth right now, and it shows up right here. So you have your off-duty sleeper berth, drive, and on-duty. Say for example, something wasn't right, like I needed to fix something. Say for example, I went off duty at 4 o'clock instead of 4:08. You can edit it, and I can just click that and change it to 4 o'clock. But you can only do that with your off duty and on duty. You can't do that with drive. Like if I was trying to edit the drive, it doesn't allow you to edit anything for drive. What else? There is something in here. What is that? That's new. Adverse driving condition. So say for example, you had to go over your hours of service, right? You had your 11-hour or 14-hour day or 11-hour day, and you had to drive over 11 hours because it was like really windy or really rainy or a hurricane or a tornado or whatever. You click adverse driving conditions, and that gives you an exemption to drive over your hours of service. And in order for it to be an adverse weather condition, you can't have known about it previous. It had to have been something that just popped up that you didn't know about. What is this? Roadside view. I believe this part, roadside view, is if you ever get stopped by highway patrol, they want to see your logs. This is the roadside view. Hold on. Okay. And trailer and load details, I don't know what that is, but I'm not going to touch nothing else on there. What else? What's up? What else is important to tell y'all? Oh, pre-trip. So when you're done with your 10 hours and you're ready to start your day again, you go here, you go on duty, save, and then you go here to start your pre-trip, and you do start inspection. It's telling me I have to switch to on duty. But you'll start inspection, you'll click pre-trip inspection.
Should be on duty before starting a new inspection.
And then after you click that, it'll tell you to scan this tag right here. It'll tell you put in your hub reading, your mileage. See, I hope it didn't put me in on duty. No, it didn't. Okay. You put your mileage and then you do your pre-trip. And then you have to stay on duty for 15 minutes while you do your pre-trip, and you're done. And that's the whole thing with work. Everything else, you have a calculator, you have your camera. So if you do a pre-trip inspection and something that's messed up on the trailer, you could take a picture of it and send it to your safety manager and your pre-trip. And that's all I use in here. I don't use anything else. So, bam. That is the tutorial on Zonar. Any questions? Did I answer your questions? Did I explain it right? I'm only gonna be on here for like a little bit longer, probably like 5 more minutes. You're welcome, anytime. Want to watch some TV and just lay down a little bit. And all of that good stuff. Oh, I have to walk there too. He's been annoying lately. Like, he getting a little bit too comfortable in this truck. Watch, look. There. Nope, he didn't eat any more steaks, but he did waste food all over my floor. Watch, he's gonna come over here with his wet mouth. It's gonna piss me off. He's gonna get it all over my legs. I hate when he does that. It pisses me off to like the, oh my gosh. I hate when he does that. Oh, he didn't come over here. What? See, look. Wasted food all over my floor. And I cleaned up. So this is all the space we got. We don't have a lot of space in here. Yeah, he does it on purpose. Because he won't even lick his lips and like get the water off his face. It'll be just dripping, and then he'll come and like come to my lap. And I'm like, dude, the fuck? But he likes his blanket. Look, he loves his little blanket. This used to be my blanket on my bed in my house. Now it's his. So now I gotta buy a whole new comforter set. I think everybody had this comforter set from Walmart. And I put this thing under it. This is my sunshade. Eventually, yes, they will give me a new Freightliner because when this one gets decommissioned, I'm sorry. When this one gets decommissioned, they'll give me a new one. But they have to decommission this one first. But mine is a 2015. I really want the new Volvo though. But in order to get the new Volvo, I have to drive the old one. That's not happening. The new Freightliners, I believe, have the refrigerator in it, and it has a TV mount. Do them 10, do it all over again. What do you mean? I have a headache. I took medicine and it still didn't work. I ate, it still didn't work. My tacos were awesome. Yeah, they do. They sell them to owner operators and stuff like that. So if I was an owner operator and I love this truck so much, I would buy this truck because I know it's my truck, right? But I need to go get it washed. I want to wash my truck. My truck does not have an inverter yet. I'm going to ask if they can install one for me. I should ask them. Well, I can't do it tomorrow. I'm here at the terminal. I'm sure they can, but I'm late already, so I don't have time for that. And they are converting all of the trucks to manual automatics. But I have a plug-in inverter that goes in my cigarette lighter. Well, kind of like short-winded today. I think like 98% of the fleet is automatic. I think the only manuals they have are Inspire and owner operators, or like loaner trucks. Like if my truck broke down and I had to do another truck, they might put me in a manual. I like the manual mode on this truck though. The engine brake works so much better. Hold on. I broke another nail, so I need to take these out. I do like automatics. I love automatics. I hate manuals, but I respect the manual. Press-ons are what? The ones you buy at the store and glue them on your nail or something? That shit does not work for me. I'm too rough on nails. These nails lasted a very, very long time. They were supposed to have gotten done like 3 weeks ago. Press-on nails never work for me. I break them, bend them, all kind of stuff. They pop off like an hour later. These nails were supposed to have been done like 3 weeks ago, so the 3 weeks passed the due date and they lasted a long time. Poor nails. I just haven't had a chance. I've been running so hard I haven't had a chance to like stop. In the meantime, they'll pop off like an hour later. So I don't put them on. My head hurts so bad it's going down my neck. That's how bad it hurts. I could have a permanent heartbeat in the back of my head. It feels like a migraine. So I am probably about to log off and lay down. I need it dark. darkness and quiet. So, um, nope, it didn't get better after I ate my tacos. Definitely not. And no, I'm not ready for winter driving. I don't even want to think about it. Hmm. It's better than cigarettes, which I used to smoke. I had an okay day. It was challenging. I sat a lot. I didn't drive. I only drove probably 2 hours today. So yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another. Because yesterday, remember, my load, they couldn't find it. So I had to wait to hear about that. And they canceled the load. They assigned me on a new load. I went to the shipper to go pick the load up. The trailer is broke. I'm happy with getting paid to sit around, but I do want to drive. And if I'm going to sit around, I want to sit around somewhere where I can do stuff. Like, go get my nails done. And I didn't even know there was a Walmart like right there, but this time it wasn't a way for me to go do anything because I had to wait for the guy to come see if he could fix the trailer. And yesterday I was stuck at this truck stop that was by the border, so couldn't really do nothing there. Yeah, I get paid $75 an hour after if it starts after 2 hours. Yep, night does allow personal conveyance. I always do it. But you have to be empty. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure out how to set this up. You have to be empty first before you can get it. Before you can do it, you have to be empty, not on a load. Unless you're at a terminal. If you're at a terminal, you can drop your trailer here. Personal conveyance is when you use your truck. Probably usually bobtail to go do something personal. You get 15 miles there and 15 miles back. So usually people go to the store and go shopping or go get their nails done or like me, go to the movies. It's like their car. They can use the truck as their car for 15 miles. And nope, I'm not going home to the first. I gotta go, y'all. My head hurts. Like, too bad. I can't even lay down on this damn headset. I can bobtail home if it's within 15 miles, but I can't stay there. I love sleeping in the truck. That's why I truck drive. If I can't sleep in the truck, I don't want to do it. The trunk. These are funny. Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna log off because I just can't. It's gonna get to the point where the headache. You want to try not to do a reset, but you can park your truck with you. You can bring your truck with you to your house. Because I think the terminal has to be within 50 miles. your home. My paychecks have been good. They're getting better. Like in Vegas, my terminal is probably 20 miles away from me, so I can't take my truck home. You didn't really miss anything. I just did a tutorial on the ZELLO. That's it. Yeah, FedEx is pretty good. That's pretty good. But I'm not driving to. I don't. FedEx is crazy, right? Because they drive hella fast. Too fast. It's scary how fast they drive. So I'm gonna get off of here, y'all, and I don't know when I'm gonna get back on. But I'm gonna eat some M&Ms because I'm craving M&Ms. I'll lay down for a little bit. I'll take Bear for a walk in a minute and go to bed. I need my 10 hours tonight. And the GM that I spoke to, she was like, so you'll be ready to drive at this time, and then you'll get to the shipper or the consignee at this time. So I gotta get to the consignee at least by 6 o'clock tomorrow night. I don't do doubles or triples. Nope. So I need my 10 hours, even though I'm not tired because I slept all day. I'm sure I can muster up some sleep, especially with my head hurting. It won't be hard. I don't like that. This. I feel old. It's gravity, because when I don't lay like that, it doesn't do that. I'm getting old. I need some, right, some Botox. That's the point. I don't want to look like a typical trucker. I want people to look at me and be like, you're getting in that big old truck? Yep, sure am. That's the fun part. Oh, I need to take my shoes off. Hold on. I'm sorry, Beer. Right. We're trying to be fine ass truckers. Alright, y'all. So, I'm gonna go. No, I haven't. The only exercise I do is when I walk Bear. I try to purposely get out and just walk him. And walk him and walk him and walk him. When I'm not doing anything, just walk around for no reason. That's the exercise I get. So I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. Bye-bye.